and welcome to my channel. Or should I do it without the book?
Without the book.
Hi, my name is Sarah Ali and welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about Everything by Nicola Yoon, the book that found me. So the story of how I found this book is that I was walking through the bookstore. I had recently went to Starbucks and I was, just chilling with my frap, and then suddenly I walked by this beautiful, mesmerizing cover. I don't know, it's pretty simple except for this one explosion of color at the bottom. But I don't know, it just kind of hypnotized me. So I went over to it and I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna get this book. But I read the cover, I read the inside cover anyways, and I really, really liked the storyline. This book just it caught my eye right away. In other words, I didn't find this book. This book found me. I already said what book I'm gonna be talking about, so I'll just jump right in and voila! So Everything by Nicola Yoon is basically about this girl who has this sort of sickness that prevents her from leaving her house ever. She can't even open the window. She can't sit in her backyard. She can't literally do anything.
Bubble girl.
Yeah, she literally lives in her own little bubble. Not a figurative bubble that people who stick their nose in books all day like me, but a literal bubble that is her house. So then something happens in this girl's life and she discovers that maybe living the way she is right now isn't actually living, it's just existing. So that's kind of the biggest thing that hit me in this book, is that living in a way that's safe and in your own comfort zone might not actually be worth it, and that taking risks and just putting yourself out there is more important than being comfortable all the time and knowing exactly what to expect out of your life. Also, this book really reminds me of books kind of Geronimo Stilton. If you don't know, Geronimo Stilton is this series of books in the point of view of a mouse, and all of the words, the special words, were colorful and in fancy letters and fonts, and there were always these diagrams and bright colors and stuff like that. And now while there isn't color in the book, there's little doodles. For example, this girl, she gets butterflies, that feeling when you see your crush or whatever. So she gets butterflies, and there's a diagnosis of butterflies, and it's a real chart explaining everything that butterflies is. There's also this little diary of her when she was a little kid, and it's written on a notebook paper and in pencil, and there's mistakes and stuff, and it's just so cool how she makes everything so realistic. There's also one that I really liked that is an image of her heart. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, but that is a super spoiler.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Yes, so that's basically what I liked about this book, and I really liked how it was written, especially because there are a lot of chapters in it that are kind of shorter, just a paragraph or two, and I really like that because it really kind of gets the message across for that chapter or for whatever that's happening in the book. So this book is pretty much like her diary. It's a diary of this girl, and it's written the way one would think. It's scattered all over the place, and there's random thoughts that pop in after something happens that makes one seriously think about what it is that the girl is writing, because it's just a random thought that she had, and it's not very super descriptive and detailed, but it's
oh no, okay, it is super descriptive and detailed,
but it's not this long rant or about however it is that she came to that conclusion or that discovery in her life. It's just this thought that she gets, and it's really eye-opening to read a book from a perspective of someone who can't even go to school every day like I do. And I think that that's like a horrible, boring thing. But when I read books like this, I realize, you know what, I'm really lucky to have to be able to go to school every day, or like to like walk out of my house, or to have a pet, or to eat random foods, or whatever. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I think that it was this really fast read. I read it I finished it the next day. I bought it, then I finished it the next day, really quickly. So I finished it, and then I forced my sister to read it. Like, I didn't even give her time to like take a breather after she finished the book she was currently reading. I just kind of shoved this in her face, and I was like, so that's kind of like what I'm trying to do with you guys. So you guys should totally read this book. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's really small. It's not going to take up too much of your life, and you're going to fall in love forever, especially with all the characters. And you're going to realize that you shouldn't take things for granted, like air conditioning and cars and plants and sunlight and stuff. Because it's really funny watching how this girl, she's 18, and she hasn't seen a rainbow, and she hasn't sat in a car, and she hasn't felt the sunlight on her face. She hasn't been to the ocean or a beach. Everything that she knows about the world has just been through books or through movies and TV and things that her mom tells her and things that her nurse tells her, which are the only people that she knows, by the way. Not to spoil anything. I'm doing so bad.
It's okay. It's okay. It's like the first thing that you read, so it's not like a huge spoiler.
Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering why there's like a lot of like sticky notes in this book, is because my sister and I decided to start marking up books without actually marking them up. Like, there's no writing in them. It's just the sticky notes pointing out like different quotes or different parts of the book that we really liked.
Ay, se va a descargar rápido.
I really like that. No, I don't like it, but I think it's really sad that everything that this character sees and learns about the world has to revolve around her sickness, because that's all she knew all her life. That she was sick and that she couldn't do all these things that everyone else could do. So every time she learned about something new, she would see it as like this kind of diagnosis, and she would turn it into like this thing in her head and see it as like this thing that physically happens to you, because she doesn't understand, or she hasn't experienced like that life isn't all about your body and like medical and all of that stuff. It's more about just feeling it and like throwing yourself out there and just being passionate and just living. Because of the book Everything Everything, I decided to buy Scrabble. You'll learn if you read the book that the character, because she can't really leave her house, she plays a game called Phonetic Scrabble with her mom, and it's basically where you spell out words using like a really messed up spelling, but it has to still sound the same.
Wow, that game sounds awesome!
Stop! Apocalypse. Apocalypse could be spelled Pokalypse. I don't know. I can't spell. I'm such a bad reader. Okay, thanks for watching my video. I hope you really, thanks for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I was trying really hard not to say any spoilers, but if you think that I should make a spoiler included review about any book, then you should just let me know in the comments below, and maybe I can start that. Feel free to subscribe for more reviews, because I definitely have a lot more coming, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye!
Sarah?